Hi everyone, good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Myself Said Alavi, Assistant Professor in Department of Commerce, here with you from E-Content Development Center, Majlis Arts and Science College, Puramanur. Today I am going to give you a small idea about what is cooperation and what is the growth and origin of cooperative education and training. This belongs to the paper Cooperative Theory and Practice, which is the specialization paper of BCom Cooperation. So first of all, let's see what is cooperation. Cooperation simply means it's working together for a common purpose, and it's derived from a Latin word co-operative, which means working together. So in simple, we can say that cooperation means living, thinking and working together, and these are for a common purpose, and this is based on the principles self-help through mutual help. That means all members has to put the effort to a society, and they are sharing the gain of the entire society individually and for the entire society. So this is acting based on the slogan each for all and all for each. Now we are going to discuss about the origin and growth of cooperative education and training in India. So in the introduction stage, in the year 1899, Mr. Frederick Nicholson, as par with the Rifesian model, they introduced the cooperative movement in India, but it is only focusing to the entire cooperative movement of India. And after that, in the year 1914, Sir Edward McLagan, they appointed a committee, and the committee known as McLagan Committee, and they submitted their report in the year 1914, and this is also based on the entire cooperative movement of India. There is no specialization for the training and education. And in the year 1935, McLagan-Darling Committee, they appointed as the first committee which is recommended for a planned program for the cooperative education and training, and this committee submitted their report, and the report contains the three phases. The first phase includes the training programs for the trainers, which means they are giving training to the teachers and the instructors. Moving to the second point, the training program for the cooperative department. That means they are giving training to the personnel of the entire cooperative department. And the third one is training for the employees, management committee and the other members of the cooperative society. So we are talking about the origin and growth of cooperative education and training in India. It has 5 phases. So in the first phases, we already discussed about the McLagan-Darling Committee. So we are moving to the second phase, the Cooperative Planning Committee, which was introduced in year 1946, and this committee recommended the following instructions. Before submitting their report, they conduct a several study for the different schemes. After that, they submitted their report, and this report recommended that the subject of cooperation should be made a subject of study in schools and colleges, and the cooperative colleges are opened based on the recommendations in each state, and also the Cooperative Institute for Research on Cooperation is started the entire country. Okay, so hope you clear the term. Now we are moving to the third phase, All India Rural Credit Survey Committee, which was they submitted their report in the year 1954, but they appointed a committee in the year 1951, and A.D. Goodwala was the chairman of the committee, and they submitted their report to RBI in the year 1954. And the scheme suggested by this committee are the classification of trainees into 3 categories. First one is higher, and the second one is intermediate, and the third one is subordinate. So the committee recommended the first recommendation as, or the scheme as, classification of trainees into 3 categories. First one is higher, and the second one is intermediate, and the third one is subordinate. Moving to the second scheme suggested by the All India Rural Credit Survey Committee, that is upgradation of existing training center Pune as the national level institute. This national level institute was started in Pune, and that center was upgraded as a national level institute. So, the third point is, the third scheme by the All India Rural Credit Survey Committee is the center for provide training to the subordinate staff. This not only provide the training to the higher level staffs, they have to start a center for providing training to the intermediate staff and the center for providing training to the subordinate staff. These are the 4 schemes recommended by the All India Rural Credit Survey Committee. And moving to the fourth phase, Government of India set up a study team in the year 1960, which was headed by S.D. Misra. He was the chairman of such committee, and they submitted their report at the same year 1960, and the committee took the following decisions. First one is a Center for Training name replaced by the National Board for Cooperative Education and Training. In the third stage, we already talked about the Pune National Training Center as changed its name as National Institute. So, in the chairman of the S.D. Misra, the chairman of Government of India, set up a study team. They changed their Center for the Training name, which was replaced by the National Board for Cooperative Education and Training. And the entire administration of this institute, Pune Institute for Intermediate, is transferred to the control of board. The entire administration is of Pune Institute for Intermediate Institute were transferred to the control of board, and the administration for subordinate training center is transferred to the state cooperative unions, and the fourth one is cooperation as a optional subject for UG and PG courses. So, these are the 4 recommendations by, or the 4 decisions by the S.D. Misra. Okay, moving to the fifth phase, Government of India, they appointed a committee in consultation with NCOI, that means National Cooperative Union of India, the year 1973. And which was headed by the Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. He was the chairman of this committee, and this committee recommended that the education and training should be separated. Before this phase, both the training and education programs are going simultaneously or on the same time, but in the case of Dr. M.S. Swaminathan committee, they suggested both the training and the education should be a separated programs, and they changed the National Board for Cooperative Education and Training renamed by NCCT, which means National Council for Cooperative Training. Okay, next we are moving to discuss about NCCT, that means National Council for Cooperative Training, which was established on 1976 as per the recommendations of the Swaminathan Committee 1973, and which is headquartered at New Delhi. And the members of this council includes the representatives of Government of India, RBI, that means Reserve Bank of India, NCOI, National Cooperative Union of India, NCRT, National Council for Education, Research and Training, and UGC, University Grant Commissions, and the Agricultural Universities of India, Register of Cooperative Societies, and the Secretary of Government of India in charge of corporations. These are the members of this councils, and its main motto or prime motto is the overall charges in training program on a corporation in the country, and the NCCT has a 3-tier structure. Now, we move to its system. So, it has a 3-tier system, and the first stage, the VAMNICOM, that means Vaikunth Mehta National Institute of Cooperative Management. It is acting as an apex level institute in the case of cooperative education and training, and this is controlled and administrated by the NCCT directly. This is the first tier. In the second tier, ICM, that means the Institute of Cooperative Management or Cooperative Training Colleges. These are in the middle level and these are controlled and administered by the NCCT directly. So, the first two tier is administered and controlled by the NCCT directly, and in the third stage or in the third tier, it has the subordinate training center or the junior training center. This is in the lower level or in the third level, which was governed by the respective state cooperative unions. So, these are the three tier structure of NCCT. So, let us see what are the three tiers. First one is VAMNICOM, that means Vaikunth Mehta National Institute of Cooperative Management. So, it is acting as the apex level cooperative training institute in India, and it is the top level institute or it is the apex level training institute in India, and it is situated in Pune, Maharashtra. And the idea of such centers or such apex training institutions are the contribution of the two eminent personalities or the two eminent cooperatives, Mr. V.L. Mehta and Mr. Joshi, and they started the first cooperative training institute in the year 1918 in Bombay, but it was only, its name was the Professional Cooperative Institute, and it's only focusing on the Bombay province. After that, the V.L. Mehta became the Minister of the Corporation in the Bombay. It was in the year 1946, and through his effort and his contribution, he started a training center in Pune, that was in the year 1947, which is only with that only for the Bombay provisions. And in the year 1951, RBI asked to diversify its program to the entire state also. Then they started a center for the short term and long term courses, which was started in their 1952, and that center they upgraded and named as the National Cooperative College and Research Institute, which was named in the year 1963. So, there was another training center, was the Central Institute of Management for Consumer Business and for Training for Personal Consumer Cooperatives, and these two centers were amalgamated in the year 1966. The Government of India, in consultation with RBI and NCI, they amalgamated these two centers, which is the Central Institute of Management for Consumer Business and for Training for Personal Consumer Cooperatives, and VAMNICOM. This was for the Personal Consumer Cooperatives training center. So, the VAMNICOM also, they amalgamated these two centers in the year 1966, and they renamed the changes as VAMNICOM, and now it is offering more than 1000 courses, including the PG diploma courses and everything. Okay, clear. Now, we moving to its second tier, that is ICM or Institute of Cooperative Management. It is acting as the middle level institute in the case of cooperative education and training, and it's providing to the training facilities to the middle level of personnel of cooperatives. And now it's offering more than 2000 ICMs throughout the country, and in case of Kerala, let's see two ICMs in our states. One is in the district of Trivandrum and the next in the Kannur, and they are offering different HDC courses for the society. Here we are talking about the three-tier structure of NCCT. So, in the third tier, it has the subordinate training center or the junior training center. It is acting as the lowest training center of NCCT, or providing the training center to the lowest level peoples, and it's providing the training facility to the lower level of personnel of cooperatives. So, the government, this is are governed by the state, but the entire curriculum and the policy are decided by the NCCT itself. So, throughout the country, more than 100 JTCs are running, but in the case of Kerala, this is running only 10 JTCs in the 10 districts, which is in the district of Trivandrum, Kottayam, Idukki, Trichur, Palakkad, Malappuram, Calicut, Wayanad, Kannur and Kasaragod. Hope you clear the 3-tier structure of NCCT. Thank you.